Namaskar, everyone. Hope that you had a good meditation. You can't imagine the possibilities that you have in meditation. To restore your well-being. Sleep is one thing. Sleep is good for the body. And of course, your ego mind gets a chance to rest because it's in deep sleep, out of the way. But when you get caught in dreams, ego mind continues at a different level. So you need to look at that as well. The more dreamless sleep you have, the better. In meditation, you have the possibility to observe your vitality across the different levels. And you operate in different levels. You're a multidimensional being. You have energies of different qualities, from gross to very subtle. Physical, you have the vital energy of the sacral area, reproductive. That is a very nourishing energy when you know how to tap into it. It's not just made for driving sexuality, but for also well-being. Because if we are, as humankind, to produce healthy children, nature has built that sacral chakra and the reproductive system to produce that if you're able to nourish that sacral chakra from your inner space. And then you have the navel chakra, a different energy, another energy. It's the energy of vitality and core energy in the body, an energy of radiance, an energy of brings an energy of confidence. It brings the body into a very confident state. When you're able to work the navel energy in your meditation, when you come out back, your voice is different, the way you see is different. Navel is connected to the eyes. Then heart energy. In the meditation, you can open up the heart and really nourish the body in a different way. Not only nourish the body, but also the mind. And then you have the communication energy. That's the energy of listening, the art of being able to listen well and to speak. And then you have the mental energy. So look at all these levels that you have. You can be aware of them in your meditation, and you can learn how to manage them in your meditation. Because when these energies are unmanaged, like what happens to most of us, our lives are never at our best potential. Never optimum. So you have a certain, but this is for the talk. So let them get into the talk. That was the meditation. The possibilities that exist in meditation, and I absolutely love to just sit in meditation and nourish the entire body. If you look at me in meditation, you'll see what I'm doing. I'm nourishing the entire body. That first. Yeah, I'm nourishing the entire body. And I'm building the vitality of the mind, the emotional center, the vital core center, tapping into the nourishment of the sacral and bringing it in balance and then rooting in the ground. And then that brings all the senses alive, the smelling, the tasting, the touching, the hearing, the seeing, because all senses are related to the different levels. But even though I tell you this, you may not be able to pick it up. You hear me, but you interpret me in your own way. according to your own level of awareness. Any word I say, you interpret it based on your own background. So that's why speaking with you becomes very important, because then I have to look at the way you interpret something to see if you really got it right. But what I want to say today to you as a message is that our existence is in the divine, and always. The divine has never forgotten us. We exist in the divine. It's clearly stated in religion. In the biblical statement, in Him, which means that, because it's not a Him, in that we live, move, and have our being. So our thoughts are in that, our emotions are in that, our actions happen in that. But are you aware of your existence in the divine in every moment? Are you aware that you are thinking in God? That consciousness, that conscious presence, are you aware that that presence is with you? Are you aware that there are no accidents and incidents? All of this is happening in the divine. It's only that we are disconnected with the divine. And we are operating with the ego mind in that disconnection. So what happens is that we have to take responsibility for the ego mind. As you think, so you become. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. But you know how the male thinking is in the biblical statements. No. God is not a male, God is also female. God is, and also that, beyond gender. So as we think in our being, so we become, so we attract from the universe. So we are constantly creating the situations we see around us, because we are thinking in the divine. And the divine is everywhere. So we not only influence our own bodies, we influence the space. When we think of someone, we are connecting with them and we are in them. We are thinking in them. We are connecting with them. We are thinking inside of them. When you pray for someone, you are inside of them and you are praying and you're lifting them. But if only you understood it, you'll be able to pray more effectively for people and for animals and for plants, and feeling centered in the consciousness of them. When I pray for someone, when I make a wish for someone, I'm making it inside of them. I tune into their energies. Doesn't matter where they are in the universe. I tune into their energies, and I connect with their inner being, and I'm praying inside there that the divine will take care of them. I don't pray with an ego mind. I pray as you will it, Lord. As you will it, let it happen. Someone wants a child, as you will it, Lord, let it happen. Someone wants a new job, as you will it, Lord. Someone is terminally ill, as you will it, Lord. But I am holding them into that divine space. So if only you are conscious, and then the other part to this is that you have attracted with your ego mind the whole play around you. Brother, sister, spouse, friend, you have attracted that on your stage. And they exist in there because you are keeping them there through your relationships. And they will only shift when you create in a different way. Detach from them. Bring closure to the whole thing on the inside. And then, it doesn't matter if you're around them or not. You are outside of the karmic play of them. Of your karmic play is finished with them, so to speak. You can exist with them, but your karmic play is done. And you are exactly in the job that you are attracted towards you. Everybody may want a better job, but this is what you have attracted. If you want to change it, retrain, change your consciousness, change your skills. And open yourself to the universe, not what you decide. Because your karma is connected to collective karma as well. So you may want something to happen. You may want your house to sell. You may want your daughter to get married or your son. This is happening in a karmic context. What if there is nobody that is available or no position that is available for what you are thinking? How do you expect to get it? That's why we say when you create goals, make it realistic, that it can happen. It's in the realm of possibilities. Everything that I have ever wanted, in my early days, they materialized in the perfect way, even when I didn't want them again, when I didn't care for them. Then you see how gracious our universe is when you align to it or you give up. I don't need that, Lord. It appears. If only we can live in that awareness that we are thinking in God and align to that, your will, Lord. I want to stay aligned to your will because you're conscious of the whole karmic play and you can make anything happen. All I'm asking is that I get the best job that I can do perfectly. And it will come to you. The ideas will come to retrain. The ideas will come to you to do things differently or to change your habits, your thinking, your limitations. And then the Lord in that omnipresence, omniscience, and omnipotence bring everything to you. If only you'd be aware that you can attract, that you exist in a universe, you are thinking in a universe, you are wishing in a universe. The universe is ever conscious of you. It's a conscious universe. But our ego mind is what exists in separation. So it's not that God be with you. God is always with you. It is you be with God. You know, people say, God, may God be with you. No. May you be with God. That's more appropriate to the wise one. And if you want to be healthy, if you want to stay well, you need to follow the health rules. You need to listen to this body. This body is not you. It's going to drop off one day. You came into this body. You were born in this body. You are the driver of this body. You make the eyes open. You make the voice work. You make the hands move. And you wouldn't leave the body would leave you for most of us. Only the super great ones can leave the body at will. Most of us, the body leaves us. Shut down on the way. Before we even finish our life purpose, it goes. Because we never listened to it. We never took care of it. We get caught in our taste buds. We get caught in the pleasures. We get caught in the power, the ego power. Damage the bodies, abuse the bodies, and then when the body drops off, we realize our folly in the other space. So, to be ever conscious of your body, I listen to my body in the meditation. And I follow the research, I follow the highest levels because in my inner space I'm fulfilled. But in the body, there are many things to learn. The human genome, what does it mean? 2% of the genes, the DNA, are meant for genes, replication of the body, cells. 98% we don't know what is with it. And in that 98% we realize that there are some DNA there that can switch the switches, they can switch the genes on and off, the gene expression. So if we can only get to those switches and influence them, it means that we have to take charge of our behavior, the way we think. And then we can turn those genes on and off in a different way, the way we want. So we can change the way genes operate. We no longer have to live like our ancestors and feel that our destiny is based on ancestral genes. No. We can change the way they operate. Epigenetics. That's new science. And then the gut. You can't imagine how your gut, when it's out of order, influences the brain through the vagus nerve. You can't imagine. And when you learn through research now, you can change your well-being simply through the gut. The gut is one of the critical areas to deal with. When you go to the toilet, you could see from the smell of the stool, the quality of the stool, the look of the stool, appearance, the smell of the urine, the color of the urine. Are those things important? The condition of the tongue when you open your mouth. They all give an idea of what is happening inside there. So we need to listen to our bodies. We need to look at it. We need to observe it, how it operates. We abuse it. All this artificial lighting that we have created. There's something called blue light that affects you from all of them. We look at the computer continuously. We were not born with computers. Yeah, we were born with one. The greatest one, the brain. So we do so many unhealthy things without knowing. And the moment I catch it, immediately I change. I change my actions. So I'm ever alert to everything about this physical world. The spiritual world I know, but the physical world I'm learning every day. And what we thought was good and right before, and we are told that, and it's a worldview. New research is saying it isn't so. So we are still primitive in terms of our deep understanding of the universe. Do you follow some of these ideas? We have gone to school. We have enough education to follow what is the latest things. But our bodies are. It's also an ancient wisdom. But modern thinking today has given us tools to decode ancient wisdom. So we need to take responsibility for our total well-being, for what we attract on the world stage, and to really creating the life we want through that deeper understanding. And that's what the Blue Star stands for. Organization of total well-being, eco-consciousness, and serving community. Seeing every form of life as being a part of us. And we try to support everybody that we can to create a better world. I still don't do enough, but I'm seeking every day, with all the resources I have, to do more and more to co-create a better world. So just remember that your existence is in the divine. And we need to take responsibility for what we are, what we create, and what we co-create. What we create on the inside and what we co-create on the outside. In our ignorance, we create in darkness. And we co-create the misery in the field. with our relationship with the world. Unconscious co-creation. Let's change that. Let's become more aware. Let's educate ourselves. And let us try to be better citizens of one world. That's my message for today. It's a joy to live in this, this material existence simply because of the awareness that I have experienced. I can see through the illusion from the inner space. May you all learn to see through the Maya and be masters of the energy in the field of consciousness